Sometimes some crimes are getting hard to crack, whatever. Hi everyone, Tilda here. So I just watched Chippendale Rescue Rangers, whatever. Chael and Pale Rescue Fail, what the new Disney movie, only on Disney Plus. I saw it the day it came out, which was a luxury I was able to afford because I didn't have to arrange for a theatrical screening or anything. I could just boot it up on the TV, the old telly, and just watch it in one day, in one night. And you know what? So basically I watched the trailer, and this video is unscripted, by the way. I watched the trailer and I was really confused and had no idea what to make of anything. The whole thing about this movie is that it's really inconsistent, and that's its consistency, that's its style, is that there's just all sorts of stuff going on. I remember people in the comment section of those trailers were saying, oh, this movie is like, it's giving me Who Framed Roger Rabbit vibes. But the thing is, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit had a much more consistent style than this. I mean, it also mixed live action and animation, and I guess that's sort of, it's like blending two styles together, but still, it was like, that film was so airtight that it even had an in-universe explanation for why there was this specific style going on. It was like, humans live with toons. Toons are made with ink and paint, and paint can be dissolved by a special mixture. I don't remember the exact chemical compound, but it's like, I'd have to go look it up, but basically the toons could be like dissolved through the exact same mixture that dissolves ink and paint in real life, and it's like, they had an explanation for it. But this film has no explanation for anything. It just sort of throws you into this crap fest of fuckery that it's like, there's like movie Sonic, the old movie design of Sonic before they changed it to the more acceptable one. And the only reason I didn't have a complete stroke, like the only reason I didn't pass out, was because I actually got recommended a video talking about it, and that sort of confused me. It's like, what? There's a movie with old Sonic, and it's like, oh, it's Chip and Dale, and it's like, well, I guess I have to see it now. What's going on? And I was just as confused. I basically disassociated throughout the entire movie. I was completely numb the entire time. And it was like more numb than I usually feel, because I had just watched The Bad Guys a week earlier, and I did not feel this disassociated. I was like really invested in The Bad Guys, if nothing else because of its energetic style, and like Diane Foxington's really hot and stuff, and it's like she gives me gender envy and stuff. And there was that whole funky song about how we're gonna be good tonight, and this film, Chip and Dale, it doesn't really have anything like that. It's more so just stuff that happened. There's like a Gumby style cop named like Detective Captain Putty, I guess, whatever. I had to look it up. It doesn't matter. He's voiced by J.K. Simmons, and that's pretty cool. But so basically the whole thing is that Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers was this old show from the tail end of the 80s. Get it? I said tail because they're chipmunks and they have tails. See, that's the extent of the cleverness that you can expect from these movies. Is just, I don't know. They're jokes that I probably could have come up with, except I could have done like more with it. Probably. I don't know. I saw the Rotten Tomatoes rating and everyone says it's like good or whatever. And then there are people who are saying, wow, this is so crazy. I have to watch this. It was like, what is going on? I was having the time of my life laughing at all the wacky humor. And I don't know if this is just me or something, but this film has a lot of like stuff that I would like in theory. Like, oh, it has Sonic, it has Chip and Dale, and I love Chip and Dale. Oh, Gadget Hackwrench is like really cute. She has a Russian cult based off of her. That's how cute she is. But even then, I actually watching Chip and Dale, it was like, it's not really, you can tell it's like for kids. It has that sort of thing to it. And, well, I don't know. I mean, it's good for what it is, but it's a film that you like it's like a show that you fall asleep to. Like, oh, it's like a comfort show. I didn't grow up with it, and you can probably tell that's why. But even if I did grow up with it, because throughout the 2010s, there were all these Pixar sequels, and after a while, I sort of felt like, okay, you're pandering to me, I guess. I'm like, oh, it's the characters you know and love, and it's just them again. Here it is. And then I was like, oh, I want something original. And then I got something original. I was like, oh, I have no emotional attachment to this because I've never seen this before. And it's like, am I just depressed? Is that what's going on? But maybe the sweet spot is like something that's familiar enough, but not too crazy. And I guess that, like, the bad guys, this is a weird comparison thing, but that's a crazy movie. It's crazy. There's so much wacky shenanigans, but it's not like inconsistent. It has like a consistent style. It has a consistent universe, and it's easier for me to be engaged when you have that sweet spot where it's off the wall enough to keep me interested, but not so inconsistent that I just... And that's the thing. This movie, and I guess spoiler alert, but they do the whole, oh, you're dead. Oh, you're not dead. Yay, I thought you were dead. Because Dale dies, quote unquote. But then he was still alive because of the, like, oh, I kept this special poggers, this special, like, disc, and it stopped the bullet because coincidences. It's like, I know that it's making fun of itself. I know it's self-aware, but at the same time, knowing you're bad doesn't make you not bad. It's like, I think the key to this sort of thing is you have to know that you're bad. You have to know that you could be bad if you made bad decisions, which is why you're not making those decisions and you're doing something good. Like Chip, the design of Chip's art style, like, it's a faux hand-drawn 3D CGI model thing, which is kind of strange because they live in a world with actual 2D hand-drawn characters. And you can tell that they wanted the actual hand-drawn stuff to be limited to just 1 or 2 scenes per character, so that they didn't have to spend too much time hand animating anything. Like, there was this scene with, like, cartoon birds, like Chip and Dale are like bonking themselves on the head to summon birds to distract the absolute monstrosity that is, I think it's Peter Pan, and he gets converted. He goes through the bootleg machine to become this Care Bear Transformers snake in my boot. Like, there's the Woody's boot from Toy Story on his like left leg, and then there's Transformer robot right leg. And, you know, I guess they were kind of self-aware because they were making fun of their own complete mess of pop culture references. It's like they reference The Simpsons, they reference Sonic, they reference I can't even remember what they reference. There was like a Beavis and Butthead reference. I could say anything, you'd probably believe me. There was a Tails Gets Trolled reference. There was a Salad Fingers reference. It's like, there might as well have been, for how much I was disassociating throughout the entire thing because of the sensory overload. But the point is, I was going to say earlier with the birds, there was and I can say this about anything, all of the 2D animation was that it was kind of janky. There was some impressive animation, like there was the rubber hose stuff with one of the reporters when they're outside. It's like whoever animated that was pretty skilled, I guess, but a lot of it was just jank. It's like Space Jam: A New Legacy. I guess that was the film that really started to desensitize me towards the return of 2D animation, which once upon a time I was really excited. I was raring for it. I was ready for that medium to make its return because I was just getting into cartoons, like old cartoons at the time, and I was like, it was like this dividing point between two like phases of reality. It was like there was a point where there was this really unique artisanal hand-drawn style to movies, and then that just sort of got phased out, and it was like it never happened, but it's happening again. And yet it's being packaged in this late stage capitalism sort of way where it's like, hey, it's that thing you already know exists. Again, I'm sorry if what I'm saying is kind of rambly, but I just felt that this was the best way I could communicate my feelings, because I could write a whole script, and maybe I will. I'll make a more scripted review of this later, but yeah, you know I'm not going to do it when I say that I'm going to do it. That's the death knell of my plans. But here's the thing about the style of the movie. I actually thought there was this moment when I thought, this could work. I mean, it's like, yes, it would have looked better if Dale and all the main characters were like hand animated, but it's more reserved. I can follow it more. But then I remembered, wait, I have been able to follow completely 2D animated movies just fine. Like, oh, it's more down to earth. I can actually watch this. It's like, no, it's any animation style when done well, you can follow it. So yeah, it would have been better if they had, stuck to one style and stopped throwing everything at the wall. Like, there's just this random lion cop, and you can't even tell what he is from. I can't even point to specific scenes in this film because it's just so random. Like, it's like, oh yeah, the part with the reference to the thing. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? It's like I could describe the plot to you, but it's like, oh, Monty's missing, and they have to go find them. That's the plot. And yet it's buried through this thick layer of sludge, and it's like I couldn't even... It's like I'm supposed... Like, my presence online, it's like I'm supposed to just be this, like... this gal that loves everything, fun-loving, ooh-ooh, happy. Oh yeah, she's so hot. Luna's so hot. This wolf girl's so hot. I love everything. But I really do feel that I'm sort of getting burnt out on a lot of things. And being packaged, or being sold these packaged, repurposed IPs is getting kind of old. And I actually did write down my thoughts on the trailers, and I was just kind of mad at the trailers because I could tell it was just going to be like, it's just this, Chip and Dale into the multiverse. Like, I haven't seen all these crazy multiverse films. I guess it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That film just... Everyone wants to be that film now. They want to make a multiverse. They want to have a stylized CGI world. And it can be done well. It's done well. It was done well in, like, The Bad Guys. But I don't think it was done quite as well here. When you're watching a movie, you can sort of accept things at first. But then as things move along, you just sort of... And there were a lot of scenes where it was like, this is just... the scene from the trailer, and it's like I was saying, oh, it's just the trailer. Of course it's going to be really quickly edited and sort of bad, but no, that's exactly how it plays out in the film. Every scene you see in the trailer, that's how it looks, basically. I mean, there's that scene where John Mulaney, Chip, says nobody wants a reboot, and I guess that wasn't in the film, but other than that, it's basically, that's what you get. I guess I really could have just written a whole review based on the trailers. And my points would have been made. People were saying, oh, Chip and Dale spoilers. I don't know, are people just happier than me? Because sometimes it feels like that. Like, it's like you have your criticisms, but on some level, there are people that are like excited because, whoa, this is, like I said earlier, this film is so crazy. It has all these references. I can't believe they referenced this thing. How did they get away with that? It's like, oh, they referenced Shrek with the Shrek bootleg merchandise, and middle-aged Peter Pan it's like, and they referenced Jurassic Park. Weirdly enough, I don't think they mentioned Star Wars, and that was the first thing I like, oh, they're going to make a Star Wars reference, but I don't even know if they did that. And I can't tell if it's because they didn't make a Star Wars reference or it's because I'm so used to Star Wars references that I just didn't notice. I think it's a mixture of both I'm messed up and need like my hormones checked or something, and also there are a lot of films that take place in the grand multiverse where we're just watching movies the movie. And I guess it's just as well that this was direct to Disney Plus, because if it were in theaters, I probably would have been like there's this feeling that you're supposed to be really excited and invested, but at some point you just sort of clock out because it's just too much. I remember back in 2018 when the first teaser image for Space Jam 2 was released. And back then, and this was even before I saw Spider-Verse, this was like 3 months before I saw Spider-Verse that the teaser image for that film dropped. And at the time, a film like Space Jam 2 was so novel that I was like really excited. Like, Space Jam is going to come back. And then it was like, oh, are they going to bring back hand-drawn animation? It's like, could they do it? It's like so weird to think because everything was CGI then, like just photorealistic CGI. Like you see like a movie like Minions, and it's like it might as well just be a tech demo with how realistic the PBR shading is in that film. But now we have like the Tom and Jerry movie, we have Space Jam: A New Legacy, we have Chip and Dale Into the Multiverse, we have Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, we have Puss in Boots Into the Spider-Verse, and all the other original films, Paws of Fury, The Bad Guys. There's a lot of furry films coming out, there's a lot of stylized films coming out, there's a lot of films that incorporate hand-drawn animation. Wreck-It Ralph 2 also had this, and I remember seeing 2D animation for a split second. I was like, whoa, they did that. It's so crazy. But then I immediately forgot that the film existed. I don't know. This is like the fastest turnaround for me. Normally I hear about a film like half a year before I actually see it. But in this case, it was basically announced like a month or two ago, and then I'm seeing it right when it comes out, and now I'm already like, okay, that was it. That's over. I don't know. I guess I should try and make some sort of unique point so that I can title this video something like, here's what you didn't know about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, but it's like, I don't know what you... There's already a video about how ugly Sonic is the best incarnation of Sonic, and you can go watch that, I guess. That was the video that, like, it's already way more well prepared than my video is, but hey, at least I'm drawing something cool in the background for like time-lapse footage, right? Maybe I'll do a more scripted review of the film at some point. I was meaning to make a review of Space Jam: A New Legacy, but I just didn't know what to say, and maybe I'll make an unhinged, unscripted rant about that film. That might be good. Maybe that'll be my next upload. I don't know. I'm trying to upload more often, but I also want quality assurance at the same time. Well, so yeah, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Thank you for watching my video, and remember to stay cute. Yeah.